Something you're gonna hear over and over and over and over again is that the intro is just awesome sauce. 100% true. There's gonna be some hipsters that are like, oh, I didn't like it and I thought it was a stupid intro. Ignore them. They're wrong. The intro is the best thing ever. Are you kidding me? I mean, the fact that they had these elaborate dances with these super serious faces just absolutely made it. I've watched this intro way too many times. So many times that I think by the end of this series or season 1, I'm gonna be bored of it. But for now, oh my gosh. So really quick, just in case you don't know, Peacemaker is on HBO Max. It's in the DCEU, so the DC Extended Universe. And yes, it takes place after the Suicide Squad. It features a character known as Peacemaker, who is played by John Cena. Apparently there's a lot of history with him that I don't know. Like, there's a whole invisibility thing that I still don't understand. And in case you're wondering, yes, this series does have direct references to that movie, so it is absolutely canon. In general, if you enjoy the movie, if you enjoy James Gunn's sense of humor, since he did the movie and he's also doing the series, or the Peacemaker character at all that you saw in the Suicide Squad, watch the series. Honestly, it's a solid cast. It has a ridiculous villain. Well, I feel like the villain that's most likely from the comics isn't as goofy, but they're kind of making it a little bit goofy in this series, which is what James Gunn does. He has this good combination of realistic, oh my gosh, this is terrible, but I also know it's kind of stupid. Just a little bit. I think what's more funny is that we have a man with the moral, ethical level of a teenager with the power of a superhero or anti-hero or villain or whatever. That's terrifying. There's a reason why we don't give teenagers power. And I mean, his sweet, dumb face. I don't have a lot of experience with John Cena acting or whatever, but I love just his face is so adorable, especially when the woman is tied up and she's like, oh, anything could happen. And the look on his face was, oh my god. But also, now one thing I will complain about, probably not one thing, that was a lie, I'm sorry. Peacemaker isn't as OP as he was in the movie, but I feel like that's a common thing that happens with a lot of series. They're super awesome, bam, whatever, and then TV series focused on them. But honestly, him not being as OP following the fact that, okay, he was in the hospital for 5 months recovering from the injury from Bloodsport shooting him, and he now has the trauma of killing Rick Flag, a man that he really looked up to. By the way, I love that they addressed that. I think it makes sense that maybe he's not as gung-ho right now, and he's questioning a lot of things. Now, I want to give some warnings for some people if they're thinking about watching this series. 1. If you're someone that clutches their pearls when someone says naughty words, well, 1, please don't watch my videos because I'm gonna really upset you. But also, Peacemaker isn't for you. If you dislike senseless violence, Peacemaker isn't for you. And my motto is violence. If it's not solving all your problems, you're not using enough of it. If you don't like boobies, nudity, sex, and so on, you're not gonna like Peacemaker. Now, if you love America, you're gonna absolutely love this series. I don't know why it's so funny to me when people love their country so much that they just theme the shit out of everything in their life. And the fact that Peacemaker themed everything with America and has a bald eagle, it's just so stupid. I love it. Alright, at this point I'm gonna get into major spoilers for episode 1 through 3. So if you haven't seen Peacemaker or you just don't want to be spoiled for it, please stop watching. Also, I knew Peacemaker was going to grieve over killing Rick Flag, and him sobbing in bed over it was absolutely perfect. You have to feel bad for him too. He's trying so hard to be a good guy, which is why he freaked out on the neighbor when he was like, hey, you're no Batman, because he views himself as a hero. I'm trying to bring peace. But at the same time, he has a Nazi father that he's trying to impress. So there's some conflicting things going on there. But my favorite moment between Peacemaker and his dad was when Peacemaker was talking about Bloodsport and how he got the trauma of just fearing rats, and that his dad was just losing it, laughing hysterically. The fact that how this man got absolutely traumatized as a child by someone he trusted makes him lose his shit. It's so awful. It's so funny. I laughed my butt off when, after he killed the woman who turned out to be a butterfly, he took a bunch of her stuff in a sack and he's jumping out. And he's making these huge jumps with the sack. Like, at no point when he's surrounded by all these things, all these people trying to take him in, does he not think, okay, I should leave the sack behind and should worry about escaping. And there's a point, and I want you to go watch the scene again, that there's a ladder he could go down, but he chooses to jump instead. Dude's a psycho, and I love it. I gotta say, the reference to Bat-Mite was hilarious, and a reminder that Peacemaker exists in the world of Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. At least right now. I heard the Flash movie's gonna kind of rewrite everything, but as of right now, those people are in this universe, and it's cool to, I guess, see those mentions. And honestly, Warner Brothers, get freaky with it. Are fans gonna be confused if you keep making these movies that, you know, are they in the continuity, are they not? You know, whatever. Confuse them. Who gives a fuck? Go crazy with it. Have Bat-Mite in the same universe as what we've seen so far. Make it as dumb as you can. I love that we got to see the aftermath of Amanda Waller's team turning on her in the Suicide Squad and how she responded to that, which is exactly how I thought she would. Well, no, that's not true. I thought she would just kill them all. Epidio being Amanda Waller's daughter is such a fun little add-on and twist. I'm really wondering when the group's gonna figure it out and just be very, very skeeved out about it. But I kind of also wonder, does she not know the cruelty level of her mother? I know she seemed like very, okay, I'm your mother taking care of my daughter, and maybe that's their relationship, but she never saw any of that. She doesn't know quite the level of her mother's evilness. I don't know. Or is it the look she's giving people when they say things about Amanda Waller and the things she would do? Is it more of a, don't talk trash about my mom? I don't know. Ignorance? Or pride? Vigilante. How do you not love him? He is basically Peacemaker, but a lot more lawful. So if you break anything, you jaywalk, you graffiti, he's gonna shoot you in the face. I really hope that we get more of these characters, not too much to ruin it, but think about it. Okay, you exist in a world where if you work really, really hard, you can become a superpowered person, or a superhero, or an anti-villain, or a villain. There would be a shit ton of young people that just have these psychotic views, training to then try to enforce it on people. And the fact that Vigilante is that type of character is so delightful. Also, I just want to say, if anyone's having a problem with Vigilante, he's the type of friend that we all need. Think about it. Peacemaker was struggling with assassinating the Butterfly family. Vigilante came right in and said, hey, let me take care of it. And he killed the children and the wife. He didn't mock Peacemaker. He didn't say, oh, you're not a man, or you're so soft. He just was like, hey, dude, okay, you're having a rough time. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do this. It's all right. Also, him deciding that he was done with the fight with Judo Master was hilarious. Yeah, okay, I'm done after absolutely getting his butt kicked. I don't know why that's so funny. Imagine getting into a fight and someone just beating the shit out of you, and finally you're like, okay, all right, I'm done. And you just walk away. Complaints so far about this series, please make it more violent. The thing about Peacemaker is he wants to achieve peace any way possible. But right now you're kind of nerfing him a little bit, and and I don't like that. I think we need more scenes, like in the movie, with the little tiny village, the resistance members, how Bloodsport and him were fighting to see who could execute people the best. We need more stuff like that. So, I would absolutely, positively recommend this series to anyone, and I'm excited to see where they go with it, and just how freaky James Gunn gets.